ground gun law.
Yeah, there were 2 cases this week where the law came into play. Now, Donald Montanez shot and killed Glenn Rich back in January of 2006 outside a Tampa nightclub. Tow truck company owner claims it was self-defense because he felt threatened when Rich jumped at his car. Originally, his lawyer tried to get charges dismissed based on the law, but they were denied, and that's when they switched to the self-defense tactic. That is because the stand your ground law, you have to legally be allowed to be in the place where the act is committed. Montanez apparently did not have permission to be in the parking lot where the argument took place and the shooting happened.
The other case involves Trevor Dooley, the man accused of killing a father during an argument on a Valrico Public Park basketball court. The hearing this week was to determine if stand your ground could even be used as a defense. Dooley claimed that he was scared for his life because David James, again, he claims this was a much younger, bigger man coming at him. The judge in that case should make a ruling next week. Well, these cases, of course, serve as an opportunity for us to talk about the rights of gun owners and try to clear up some confusion.
Yeah, Norm Belson, a local firearms instructor, he's here this morning to talk about the law. First thing, though, Norm, we have to say you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you may have to use your weapon, correct?
My wife and I, Jane, we have a simple philosophy. It is easier to avoid it than to extricate yourself from it. And Jane tells the ladies, it's like being a little bit pregnant. Either you are or you are not, even for the long haul. It can be very expensive and very frightening. So avoid it. Don't put yourself in that position. You have to display or use that firearm.
Good advice. What else do you tell people that are considering buying a gun or maybe have already done so and come to you for training? Well,
the simple fact of the matter, a gun is an inanimate object. And to properly use that device, you need to be properly trained. So we recommend taking a real class, extensive use, handling, and safety involving that firearm, combined with information on your duties and responsibilities to the state. Because we absolutely feel a student, a client, can have more trouble with the state after the firearm is displayed or used than will have in the actual attack itself.
What is the situation when someone is confronted with someone? What are their rights to when it comes to defending themselves?
Well, you're talking about the use of deadly force. Florida law states that you may use deadly force to protect yourself or others from a forcible felony, and yourself or others. However, the stand your ground rule, which was enacted October 1st, 2005, takes that a step further. And that basically states that if you are in a public place where you have a right to be, and not committed a criminal act, but should be attacked, you have no duty to the state to retreat, but you may stand your ground and meet force with force to include deadly force if the crime involves the imminent commission of a forcible felony that could cause your death, death of another, your great bodily injury for another. But it's not an excuse.
Right.
It's a defense if that person's been forced into taking that type of action. So you must be in a place where you have a legal right to be and not committing a criminal act.
We mentioned those 2 cases. We can't really give our opinion because we're obviously covering these cases. Do you have an opinion on them?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do.
What is that?
They're very simple. They miss critical decision points to avoid the event from ever occurring. And of course, I'm not a lawyer, but it seems for Mr. Dooley, if you're concerned with these kids, you're going to actually go out and confront them, and you have to take a firearm, call the police. Don't do it. And then, when you have the firearm, you do have a permit, it's open displayed, that's a criminal violation. And if it's brandished or displayed, that's also a criminal violation. Now, I also, to be perfectly honest, I would have preferred Mr. James, once he just saw the firearm, he sent the skateboarders home, took his daughter, went home and called the police. And that way, he wouldn't have been able to, wouldn't have been in the situation where he was shot and killed.
Norm, thank you for being here. Before you go, though, if someone is interested in getting educated in this field from you, how can they get in touch with you?
Check my website, Major Norm Belson, LLC. Phone number is 727-535-9151. Jane and I do private and semi-private classes at Bill Jackson's, but Bill Jackson's also has an excellent, extensive, and intensive concealed weapon permit class.
They do, and Bill Jackson's is such a great place
it's
to be, too.
My favorite place.
Yeah, we'll put your information, too, on our website at ABC Action News.
Norm, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
My
Norm.
pleasure.
Bill, back to you.
Interesting insight, guys. Thanks. If you're short on time and your grocery budget, but need some motivational value,